As I said at the beginning of the previous set of slides, Chernoff faces were actually taking us into this area where um, this idea of multidimensional icons. I have an icon and it has many meaning, many data dimensions are displayed by something inside that icon. So Chernoff faces was one example, but they can be customized for other things. So in this, I have three things that I will cover next: real estate and Star Cursor. I have them on the slides, and then InfoCanvas will move on. I have a demo to show you, or a video. So here are some icons. They look like Chernoff faces, but they're made for real estate. So let's say this is London. And I'm interested in purchasing a house, and these are three of the houses that are available. And here is the coding. So the shape, the overall shape tells you what kind of apartment that is. One of them is a boat, the other is an apartment building, the other one is a house, or you can see it at the shape. It's kind of pretty obvious. Another thing in this, it's gonna tell you how far away, this is a clock, how far away this place is from a subway station that I'm interested in getting to go to work. Yet another symbol here tells me if I have central air conditioning or not. The number of bedrooms is going to be there. 3 bedrooms here, 2 bedroom in the apartment, and here I have 4 bedroom. Also, I can see if I have a large yard, small yard, no yard, which makes sense because it's a boat. You're not going to have a yard. And what else is there? They're also telling me if there's a garage or not. Again, the boat won't have one. Good repair status or poor repair status. So good repair, I think it's the color of the windows. So if they're bright, the house is functioning properly. And poor repair status, it's going to be black windows. I think I covered everything. So it's almost like a Chernoff face, but it's adapted for real estate. I would kind of, and it's not that I've seen this big system, but it's just another example. Instead of using people, use real estate. Star Cursor, it's another example of these multidimensional things. I have not seen it in action. It was in the first edition of the book, present. But here you would have chat. People would chat. You would go to this room and it'll be all visual. And each person has their own cursor, and you go next to other people and start talking about. So for example, you can see what they're looking at because they're kind of looking at it. You can see how they feel, what they're interested about. Here they like music because they're interested about music. Their aura looks good. They're looking in that general direction. Here they like writing or reading. So that was the idea. It's a multidimensional icon made for people getting together. Not necessarily very successful, but it is right there. So it's trying to replace chat room, not as successfully. InfoCanvas, I have a video for it. So it's yet a different type of visualization. It will have this kind of multidimensional icons. They mean something, but their focus is not for a lot of visualization. As we go through, it focuses on analytics, helping people extract information. This is more on awareness. You will see they have a completely different, I like it. Their whole goal for this is completely different. So I will share my screen here. And I don't think I'll play the entire video. At some point I will stop and maybe go forward. It does have sound. Okay, so starting 3, 2, 1.
maintain an awareness of information that is important to their lives. What is the weather going to be for a cookout this weekend? How will the traffic be for my ride home? Should I stay at work another hour and let the traffic die down? How much money is in my checking account? And how are my stocks doing? Is there a good airfare for an upcoming vacation trip? The pervasiveness of the World Wide Web and the Internet have increased our access to information like this, but accessing the information typically still requires an explicit action, such as invoking a web browser and loading the appropriate page. When people are busy, it's easy to overlook or neglect such a check because it's too time-consuming and distracting. An alternative is to keep awareness applications running on a desktop, but they quickly consume all the screen real estate and leave no room for actual work. We have developed the InfoCanvas, a form of interactive art, to help people easily maintain awareness of information important to their lives and to enhance the aesthetics of their office or home environments. The InfoCanvas is a type of electronic painting in which objects in the picture represent information of interest to a person and change appearance as that information changes. An InfoCanvas display simply consists of an LCD monitor enclosed in a picture frame. The display can then be hung on a wall or placed on a shelf, much as one would a favorite painting or family portrait. The display is connected to a computer that monitors information on the internet and updates the picture as needed. Here's an example InfoCanvas, one showing a tropical beach scene. Objects that represent information can change via a small set of fundamental transformations. First, an object can be a slider. That is, the object moves along a straight line, where each position of the object represents the data value. Here, the sailboat's position encodes the time of day, moving from midnight at the left edge to noon in the center to midnight again at the right edge. The kite is another slider object. Its vertical position encodes the NASDAQ stock index change that day. If the index is unchanged, the kite is in the middle of the sky. A gain of 100 points is shown by positioning the kite at the top of the window, and a loss of 100 points is shown by the kite being at the horizon. The second type of transformation is an image swapper, one where an object's appearance changes to a coded data value or range of values. In this scene, the color of the woman's bathing suit represents the average traffic speed along a particular highway. A green suit indicates an average speed of over 50 miles per hour. Yellow indicates 25 to 50 miles per hour, and red indicates a speed less than 25 miles per hour. Here in Atlanta, we're accustomed to seeing a red suit. An alternative image swapper is the weather images shown in the sky. They might represent tomorrow's forecast: cloudy, rainy, snow, or sunshine. Another type of transformation is a scalar, or change in size. For instance, the size of the beach ball might represent the current best airfare of a particular plane trip. Finally, it is possible to take images or text directly from web pages and display them on an InfoCanvas. Here, the sign contains the current main image from CNN.com. Note that we do not want to randomly position an image on a display. Rather, each image or text string should be placed in an appropriate context for that object and fit well into the scene. To construct an InfoCanvas, we use some creative engineering on an LCD monitor. Chris Ploway explains in more detail.
We took every display is physical
Specification file that describes the pictures
in a stand and placed on a shelf.
They show you more examples
is a Java
here.
application. It utilizes an XML specification file that describes the picture's appearance and the mappings from data to graphical objects. We have created a number of different picture themes for users to select, each with many different objects that can be modified. In an empirical study reported at the Graphics Interface 2004 conference, we measured people's abilities to observe and
Okay, so it is quantitative data, yes, the dow value, but so they will only go with 100, kind of somewhere in the middle, minus 100. They don't care more than that. It just gives you an idea of what's happening. So it's not for analytics, it's more for awareness. You want to know. And it's meant not to distract you almost. Okay, so